They're real, they're happening right now. We're kicking things off. NIP and Titan on Cash. And we're already seeing actually that NIP are mixing up their opener that they've shown Titan in the past. They showed that B play, but now they're going to go aggressive towards A main. Already battling here, and they're going to catch off Maniac. RPK goes down as well, so things not looking so good here for Titan at the start of this round. We do have Freiburg going to be smoked off, so Titan able to find that hold on the B bomb site and looking to get that bomb planted. 3 men on the bomb site, Apex on the flank there, and that bomb still needs to go down. Existence needs some support here. Apex needs to come in there from B Storage. He's got too many players to deal with. 3 left against just Apex now with that bomb at least planted. So there is that, but excellent round there from NIP, really catching Titan off guard.
Yeah, you can see NIP, they had only Freiburg over towards the B bomb site. He played it passively as well. He saw the action coming his way, and he stepped back towards the CT area of B rather than playing from the site itself. NIP had 4 people on the A bomb site, which is quite a stark difference to the CTs. Like as we said before, Titan been playing it with 1 on the A site, so maybe they're playing against Titan's own meta there, expecting them to kind of head over towards A, but it was in fact B. Nice hold by Freiburg, allowed his teammates to rotate. The bomb did go down, but it will be NIP with the guns first.
So with that bomb down, they decided, okay, we got a lot of cash. They're actually going to fall by behind this instead of waiting. And essentially, NIP don't know just yet what the buy looks like.
The thing is, though, Dan, they have to expect Tech 9s right now. It's a no-brainer. There's no reason not to buy Tech 9s. It's madness.
It's true. You're very, very right there. And we can see already with NIP setup that they're playing straight on the sites. They don't want to get close on the B storage angles. They want to force Titan to go through the choke points here. And still trying to get some information. Forest playing really far away from the A site, again, to protect them against these set plays from these Tech 9s. And they're still trying to work their way in. You can see the setup of NIP is working wonders against the lineup here of Titan as they try to make their way in, but it's not going to happen, and it's going to be a round there for NIP.
Right, so as things normally go, we should see the full eco here from Titan in order to buy in the next round. So I'm expecting, Dan, a veritable slaughter.
Indeed.
But hey, Titan still, I mean, one goal they can have in this round is purely to get the bomb down. And if they can do that, then they will be in a very good position for the following round. It will allow them more nades, etc. So we'll see what they can do. For us, peeking through the smoke at the moment on the A site, they have smoked off B as well, so there won't be any early rushes here from the T side, because again, they'd be going in blind, and they would be like pigs in an abattoir, Dan. And I'm sure they don't want that. Maniac's creeping outside, inside Squeaky at the moment. It looks like there's a fast boost coming in there, but Alu going to take him down. Existence will follow as well. So far, so good here for NIP.
Indeed. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they can even get some damage done here, but it looks to be not the case. Well, Forest will go down, but the thing that NIP is showing now here is they win their 3rd round, that they really are reading Titan and the situations perfectly. Just the way in which they handled the 2nd round, despite the bomb going down, as you said, the meta being so strongly Tech 9 oriented at the moment, they took perfect setups to completely deny even a set play with grenades, not just them running in with Tech 9s, but they had the complete set play to stop, the setup to stop the set play of Titan.
Okay, so Kenyes is going for an angle straight away towards the B bomb site. He has no armor though, and again, had they got a bomb plant down, of course, then he would have the money for some armor, but it's just going to be the AWP for him. He went for a quick peek over there, tried to find Freiburg, wasn't going to happen. And this position here we're seeing from Get Right is something we see also from Peter from CLG. Smokes into A main, then jumps on the boxes behind it to try and get a frag over the top. But there we go. So that will be some early information for the NIP side, but Get Right has fallen out to Apex. Frags coming in for NIP, only Kenyes and Apex remaining, so Kenyes carrying the bomb. It's going to be in A main. Alu still holding things down there for NIP team, but they are going to be spread between 3 sites. Kenyes creeping towards A main at the moment. Alu's going to get the better of him though. Kenyes was up against it with no armor, and will be Titan on an eco.
Yeah, so definitely hard times for Titan at the moment. NIP are really reading them well, and they haven't really yet been able to get any rounds going. But now that they've lost 4 rounds in a row, and they're topping out on their consecutive round loss money bonus, we're going to start to see the buy rounds, the more standard stuff coming out from Titan. And that's where really NIP have to show that they're in the heads of their opponents, and they're really reading them well, because Titan certainly will have been studying up on this match. They would have known for some time that this will be coming up. they've chosen Cash, and you better believe they're going to have some tricks up their sleeves that NIP have not seen before. And in this round with the Tech-9s, going to be looking at actually trying to get the bomb down here to get some excellent damage.
This is what I'm talking about, Dan. Get right on. He's on the car. He's not going to hear them open the squeaky door from there. But Forrest is trying to hold an angle, but he's got to look at mid at the same time. So they're going to get a plant for free here. Maniac's kind of flash, but the bomb should go down. That's going to be a site for free. So that's some bonus money for Titan. Let's see how much damage they can do now. Get right has fallen from the car area already. See, Alu is looking. He's in seek and destroy mode. Will be no one to destroy just yet, though, as they jump behind the box. Existo, he's cutting the numbers down so far. 4 versus 3. And Titan slowly but surely going to finish off this round.
RPK coming in with a couple frags at the end of it, though. Well, Existence RPK, I mean, they're getting one apiece, in fact, with the Tech-9s. So NIP actually managing to retake that. Very, very scary situation. To be honest, you'd actually have to give favor to the Tech-9s in a situation like that, with the bomb down, and NIP having to move in against some grenades that were still left over as well. So good result there from NIP as Titan, they did get the bomb down, so we're going to have a really big buy from them. They got that max bonus now.
Hey, KNS has got armor this time. It's always good when you've got armor.
Absolutely. No glass cannon AWP for him just yet. And no timing pick on middle just yet either. He's going to go for that pick towards the A main if there's any aggression there early on. So this is that split and pick style I was talking about. We can see how spread out Titan are across the map. And at the moment, NIP has some aggressive smokes on B storage, which is definitely forcing RPK to be a little bit further back than otherwise he would like. And Kenny S is going to have to wait a little bit as well for that smoke to go away, so he has more idea of what's going on in A main.
If you note the previous buy round, Kenny S was charging towards the B bomb site to try and get a frag. This time he's going to be in mid. Alu's going to take him down. He's going to win the duel. So far, so good for the NIP side, and Alu versus Kenny S. NIP 5-0 to the good here on the CT side. Very strong start from them. Apex has picked up the AWP. We'll see if he throws it over to Existence later on. Freiburg will win the duel with RPK. So now 3 versus 5. Titan still in control of the bomb for the time being. But will they get a chance to plant it?
Ouch, that was beautiful there from Ali. Pops off the head of Apex with the AWP. We've got Existence now, the last man here for Titan. He's going to go down as well. And this is not looking so good for Titan. Once again, NIP didn't even have to mix in any aggression there. They basically just straight up won against the game Titan were trying to play, which was the picking battles.
Yeah, they just went for duels there, and they lost almost all of them. Existence getting one kind of consolation kill there and being quickly dispatched of from a push through the vents. So Titan managing to get out another buy. We'll see. It's a very different round from them. Nobody over to B whatsoever. Only get right over towards A at the moment. And it's a mid B presence here for the NIP side. So should they need to get into mid, they've got the manpower for it. Forrest is just going to adjust in a position where he can rotate between mid and A quickly should Get Right need support. Get Right going for more aggressive angle to try and get some information. Kenyas is ready and waiting. Smoke's coming in here, being bounced off the wall to cover the car position, but Forrest, he's already on the A side, takes down Apex.
They're trying to get in here, but NIP have snuffed it out already. They can't get through the choke point just yet. The grenades aren't helping them. Kenny S gets the pick on to Get Right, though. That should help to open things up here. NIP going to be diverting their attention towards this bomb site, though, as we can see Forrest up on the catwalk there, trying to see what he can see. Nothing, though. The smoke with good coverage. Almost taking down Maniac over by quad, but that smoke is going to protect him, and that bomb is going to go down. Kenny S going to take down Freiburg as well, as we have this 3-on-4.
Existence looking for the flank here, but Exist was ready and waiting. Wasn't even needed, as Ali will turn around and take his put a hole in his chest. So 3 versus 3 retake here for the Swedish Finnish side. We've got Kenyas loitering in the A main area at the moment. Forrest, though, paranoid about it. The squeaky door's open as well. Lots of places where the T's could be. Hot flash going to come in from a teammate. Kenyas safely behind the box for now. Forrest finds him, but it is going to be the first round on the board for Titan.
Now they have to be careful now not to get money screwed, as they do have enough money in the bank to rebuy those weapons. But again, if they lose this round, essentially NIP are going to be taking huge control of this half, and they will never look back from that momentum that they'll gain should they win this round. So this round is incredibly important for Titan to assert themselves, to basically cement their position on the money. That's what they need to do. And again, a standard opening coming in from them. And 4 players towards the B side of the map here for NIP. They have that very, very fast rotation time, having that man in the vent, and 2 players on B. So Alu going to go for the peaks here, trying to see if he can catch anybody. He will get Apex. There's 2 more players coming his way, though. Has to back away. He's got the support, gets tagged down to 16 HP, and he's going to get out of there as Kenny S is going to get tagged down as well. So looks like NIP, that pressure is really hurting Titan at the moment, but RPK with a response onto Freiburg is going to allow some more breathing space for Titan. But
look at the flank though from Get Right. He's pushed all the way through A main, and with that timing, Maniac is in fact walking through A, so they'll have no idea. You can see Existence might go for the rotation here, but Get Right going to find him first. He will find the frag. That should be the green light to run straight over to the A site. You can see Maniac's over towards Car on A now, trying to duel with Forest. He's trying to slow him down as much as possible. You can see the smoke going down there, trying to give his team safe passage towards the A site. RPK still loitering around B just in case somebody tries to go via mid. We may see him go to mid as Existence goes for the plant here. NIP in a 3 versus 4 situation may have decided on the save already.
Well done here by Titan to get this bomb down. NIP don't want anything to do with this. They've got to save those weapons, really. See if they can get some extra economic damage done. Exist in a position to try to do that. Just pick away at them. But you can see the other 2 teammates of his, Alu and Forrest, going to hang on to their weapons at the back of B. And this was the round that Titan had to win. It was, of course, hard to win that first one, but having won that now and actually cementing themselves a little bit on the economy, keeping 3 members alive, that's a really, really big deal. If Exist was able to actually pick off 1 or 2, if they were trying to like peak, that would have been a really big play from Exist despite NIP losing the round, because it's still a game of economy at the moment. And Titan keeping 3 members alive, that's good stuff for them.
If we look at the last 2 buy rounds for both players, NIP have had 4 people covering mid to B, and Get Right's mostly been playing Car on A. Now Titan might have an inkling as to what's going on towards the B side, but they've only really challenged mid maybe 1 time, and Alu just killed Kenya straight away. But if they can figure out the default from NIP here and go for a fast state, then they could completely destroy NIP.
Absolutely, and at the moment we're going to see that B storage presence from Titan in numbers. So in case NIP were going to try to isolate one of the players like they did in the last round with Alu's push, that's not going to go so well for them in this round if they were to try it, but they're not this time. They have a different setup to NIP. They're more spread out, they're more A heavy at the moment, and not as fast to the rotation on B. But that said, Titan's still setting their round up at the moment and seeing...
They're looking for the flanks here. They're looking for the aggression from the CTs. Maniac asking some questions in the squeaky door area, but he is going to be smoked off as well. Existence, he was playing quite passive, long ranges towards A main. They're starting to creep in there now as Get Right is going to start asking questions in the squeaky area, while Freiburg tries to almost push for some information towards B. So they're looking for this. They're looking for the T's. They want to know exactly what's going on. And NIP currently well versed, well placed to hold down this A site. Get Right winning an important duel with Maniac as well. So if they try to push J site now, with Forrest in place, with Alu in a position to rotate, they could be in high water indeed.
Usual hijinks here from Kenny S, looking for those picks behind the smoke. Gets a quick shot onto Alu. That's excellent there to trade. Apex in now with a frag onto Get Right from the door. And Kenny S going to find the knee of Get Right and eliminates him. That's going to be the bomb down for Titan. Now making a bad situation into a good one here in a matter of moments. As that bomb ticks away, might see a bit of a boost here. Look, there it is. Kenny S looking over the top of quad box. They might not expect this. Kenny S is very fast to the shot. And there is the man, and Kenny S hits the shot onto Exist. Oh, what a flick! Freiburg goes down as well. An excellent close to the round from Kenny S, doing wonders for his team as per usual.
Yeah, but you have to give credit to his team as well. We had Apex. He was just hanging out around T mid, looking for some potential CTs in the mid area. Then he rotated through to A main, so he's got his teammates covered should the CTs go for a push with numbers in a certain position, and of course his other teammates who boost him up into that position in the first place. So it's all about the team play here, putting Kenny S in the position to find those frags. 6-3 in favour of NIP.
And we've got this force buy here as well from NIP. They're really trying to do what they can and reset them. It's a smart move considering the fact that their bonus is building and building at the moment.
Oh, damn, but look, the bomb's been lost already. Kenny S went for a peek with the bomb. The bomb's fallen into mid. The smokes are down. and it's NIP who will be in control of that. So despite Titan having a gun advantage, now they're at a severe disadvantage because they have to force the issue in mid. They've got no choice but to go for that bomb.
Existence has to quickly formulate a plan here for his team on the fly, and that's really the problem they're going to have as he looks for potentially for the peak here. That bomb's still in no man's land as Existence goes for the peak. They really need a miracle entry right now onto the middle site because we have all of NIP just littered all over middle at the moment as RPK tries to wrap around, but the rest of his teammates have died in the effort for the retake of that bomb, and this is not how it's supposed to go. It was not supposed to be like this, James.
What a complete... That is a disaster, Dan. That is a disaster. Like, I don't know what else to say.
That was 8 on the Richter scale.
That's exactly. That's like just a lack of attention being paid there. Why is Kenny S peeking with the bomb? You know the mechanics of the bomb. If he dies, the bomb goes flying forward. You saw Forrest and Alu behind sandbags there with the Exist. They had all kinds of trade kill and combination setups going on there, and that was Titan's chance to completely break the economy of NIP. They had 2 5-7s going into that round, and they gifted them the round, Dan. They gifted them the round.
And now Titan themselves are on a similar kind of force buy. The AWP with an AWP, Kenny S holding that big green gun, so that's at least something going for them. We're going to see the trays coming in as they make the take onto the vent room and the B storage area. It's going quite well for them. Maniac going to open up onto Exist. Maniac often very good on the B side of the map here for Titan on those T sides as he goes for the reload. Smoke's now covering the site here so that Titan can get this bomb planted.
Existence is covering the vent as well, so there's only 2 ways into the site here for NIP, and they're both going to be covered by the remaining Ts. The bomb, though, is on the floor at the moment, and now it's advantage NIP. Maniac will fall. Existence in Kenny S. Existence going to have to rotate into the checkers area. He will get 1 frag. Kenny S, the timing, he looked away just at the wrong time. 2 versus 1 now. Alu with it all to do. He is the clutch master for NIP at the moment. You know he's capable of monster rounds here. Kenny S going to miss the first shot. They're going to know where each other are. Goes for a second positioning, but Kenny S will shoot him in the face, walls or otherwise.
So we're going to have a very rough situation on the cash here now for NIP. You can see that it's eco time for them. Or actually, I read the money wrong there. Bit of lag. Never mind. So we'll have to see if NIP can bring this back here now. It's a bit of a force. You're going to see a FAMAS 5-7, but they won a round previously like this. But the thing was, that was Titan's mistake. Titan's mistake that really lost them that round. It wasn't NIP playing well. They were opportunistic as that bomb did fall in middle.
Are we going to see an early boost here from NIP in mid? We've got Alu and Exist. It's going to send a new boy up. New boy in first, Dan. If he gets shot, at least the old guard is still alive.
Throws the gun away to his teammate. He's got all the health. Gets himself a 5-7. Very good management of the weapons there from NIP. Good team play. And Titan actually, they're winning the early damage battles now. They will be aware that they've done quite a bit of damage to multiple players, and this might allow them to say, hey, you know what? Let's actually try to go for the push here. Let's try to take some trace towards the middle and A side of the map. We know that's where the players are weak.
Yeah, but it's NIP with the weakness in their buy. They know that they have to get an early advantage here, so we're seeing more aggressive positioning from NIP towards the A site. There was an information play, but now there's a full rotation from B over towards A. And there's no commitment yet from Titan. They've still got time to rotate. RPK in a position should the flank come in, but it's going to be Get Right to find the first frag onto Maniac. 2 NIP players on the A side. 1 goes down. Alu's flashed at the moment. The bomb is down though. Rotations coming in from both players. RPK going to save the day. Him and Existence versus Exist, the in-game leader for NIP. Currently in the car position against the smoke. We'll see what kind of post-plant positioning we'll get here from Titan and what Exist can do.
He's just going to go straight through, but Existence, he's wise to the tricks of Exist, and he won't get them. That was a brave play, and it was smart of Existence to realize that was the only way, really, for Exist to get the drop on one of those 2 players. So 7-5, we're getting a close one here. Titan, despite a very, very rocky start to this half, are bringing a lot of rounds on the board. And that's exactly what they need to do on their T side, because NIP are going to be very fearsome when when the sides do switch. And we have a quick a foray into middle here as Apex is going to be exploring on a mission. Going to spot nobody here, as it is the eco for NIP.
Yeah, it's a 4-man stack on the B-bomb side, as you can see Freiberg in the checkers area looking for a peek. Get Right's going to be the only person here towards A. He is hidden behind the block though. Oh no, he's not. He's up in the boost area actually. Not going to get the frag though. That's going to be the A site open for business. Instant rotation from the bomb coming here as RPK welcomes the Swedish players with open AKs. Trade comes in though, so that's going to be one gun at least for NIP. The hunt is already on. Kenny S searching for Exist and Forest. Who's going to find who first though? Got Exist is on all of 1 HP, and Kenny S is holding a tight angle. Went out wide, falls, so that's going to be 2 frags here for NIP. So a little bit of damage done, but it was an eco, so you know, standard. This is a good recovery from Titan actually, and really considering they're on the T side, six rounds is really important for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see. I mean, they also lost the pistol despite getting the bomb down. NIP played it really perfectly. So Titan, this is exactly what I wanted to see. This is what we have been seeing from them online recently, and it is making for a very exciting game so far. And we have a pretty reasonable split here across the map here for NIP. They're not really throwing everyone in one spot. This is a much more default setup, as we can see here with the overview. And already Maniac trying to get some jewels going from the door. And Kenny S, you better believe that he's going to start trying to get those picks coming in as well. And look at this, Get Right gets the first frag onto Maniac. The trade attempt from Apex is going to fail. Kenny S also fails his trade attempt. And before you know it, 3 men are down now for Titan, as NIP have everyone alive. They've lost nothing so far, and Existence has to make a call here for himself and RPK to try to salvage this round.
Yeah, this is going to be hard and nigh on impossible, but 50 seconds on the clock, so don't count them out just yet. RPK is a headshot machine. We'll see if he can find a frag in the mid area. Not on this occasion. Exist going to clean up with Forest taking down Existence for the final frag. And look at the kills on Alu. He has got 19 kills at the moment. 19 for 6. He is far ahead of the rest of his team, keeping them in this game at the moment. As you know, they will be unhappy with Titan having 6 rounds on the T side. I have to expect a strong CT side from Tyson to come as well, especially considering the match for Faceit League 2 days ago.
Indeed, so last round of the first half. Let's see the strong middle presence to begin with. It's very standard stuff here from NIP. He's just going to go for the smoke there into the vents. That's a great one there, despite the smoke being down to block his vision. He knows everything, exactly how to do these moves. But Forest in over the top there on the vent roof, going to be able to take down Existence as he makes his move into middle. Drops down now, trying to predict that B split and help out his teammate there and lock down this vent room. But the push is not actually coming here just yet for Titan. Existence clearly not calling that they need to go for this, as perhaps was the plan originally. And we are going to see Maniac now replacing Existence there. Moving through, he's going to catch Forest. Really important kill there from Maniac. That's going to allow his teammates to move forwards onto the B-bomb site. And Maniac does just that. Freiberg goes down, but the 2 trades coming in from Get Right as Kenny S now pulls out the Tech 9. Alu goes in with the flash. Not going to be enough as now Exist in a one-on-one. And he'll find the kill onto RPK. 9-6 now on the first half. Really well done from both teams. You got to give it to Titan there. And to NIP is an amazing half from both teams. Really was.
Considering the start there from NIP, I think Titan will be satisfied with the 6 rounds they've got on the board. NIP could have been a lot worse for them, actually. So they can't be complaining too much about the current score. And again, if they can win the pistol now in the second half, then they will have a significant advantage heading towards that magical 16th round.
Oh, yeah. It's really interesting. And the thing is, right, what we saw in the start, the pistol round, okay, we've seen recent caches between these two teams. NIP played the exact same cache opening CT pistol that Titan play in the pistol of this match. They did the opposite, and they actually caught Titan off guard with it, who may have been expecting NIP's usual. So NIP were already mind gaming them. So now, and NIP will know Titan usually play that A retake style with the one guy on the kit towards A. Titan aren't going to do that. They're smarter than giving NIP a strat that they've showed them before recently.
But look at the presence here from A main. Freiberg is in there already with resistance from Alu. They could just be going for a charge on the A site here. We've got, I think Get Right might be boosted up just in case, but I do think it's going to be some early aggression here from NIP. The smokes are starting to come out, starting to put aside. That's going to be a meaty nade from Existence. It's going to do some great damage there to the NIP team. Now, they need to identify where the Titan players are on the site. Apex getting the first frag.
Things looking good here for Titan so far, but can it swing in the favor of NIP? Maniac swinging it around. Forklift able to find the flank, but not the frags just yet, as things look very bad here for NIP. They get the bomb down. Alu on 25, Forest on 3, and Maniac, Kenny S and RPK are swarming them from all sides, and there will be the defuse for Titan. But James, the bomb went down. Doesn't even matter what happened because Tech 9s are coming.
Yeah,
we know it. They know it. Yeah. Everyone knows it, James, apart from Valve.
apart from Valve, indeed. So the Tech 9 apocalypse is nigh, people. Count down the seconds. in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. And there we go.
Recognize only 2.
2, I'll take 2.
So they're actually deciding to be a little bit more conservative and save some cash. And that's fair enough. That's going to allow them to have a stronger 4th round buy. Yeah,
actually, now you consider that. If, like you saw on the first half, Titan went all in. They didn't get the bomb plant down in the second round, and then Kenyas had to try and AWP without any armor. Didn't work out for him. So, again, NIP looking to have a more economical buy here. But it's going to be a savage round so far for Titan. Only one player falling for them. Freiburg, though, is going to get the plant, the all-important plant. That's the plant Titan didn't get. The plant NIP will get. And that's going to make the difference, especially considering their buy.
Yeah, that's actually very, very amazing, because they were already buying on the next round. Most likely, they could have forced it up, because that's how they planned the buy of this round. They invested a little bit, but just enough so they could still buy. But now they can really get a great buy in here, and we should see an AWP. Well, we could very well see one. There's no reason why. Okay, Ali's not going to go for the AWP. He's going to get some nades instead, and just say, you know what, Armor Tech 9.
I think Ali bought armor in the previous round actually, as opposed to someone else buying it, which is quite curious.
Yeah, indeed.
But there we go.
That's okay though. I mean,
they've got the rounds to play the slightly longer game here, so they're not going to put all their chips over the line straight away.
The thing that I saw from Titan recently against NIP on this match is that NIP played amazing rounds, but Titan, I've never seen them so scrappy as the last cash they played against NIP. And we might just see that here as the push is going to arrive. AKs and Tech-9s. What a flash there for Maniac! Gonna spray him down, 2 players falling, and now he falls back, but he's done his job. 3 men left here for Titan, and it's just on Get Right here for NIP as they try to locate him. Where is Get Right? It is... It reminds me of Where's Wally, James, but with Get Right instead.
Yeah, where is this guy? It's Where Wally, but he's got an automatic rifle, Dan. It's a little bit different. All right, so Get Right. He's got a minute on the clock. He's got enough time to cause some havoc here, but he's not even going to get the first duel. And again, a lot of people will just go directly to the bomb and say, okay, I've got the bombs over here, I'm just going to go over here. But Get Right, obviously, being the lurker he is, being Kaiser Sose, Dan.
Oh, yes.
You walk past him, he's dragging his leg across the floor. Then he turns around and just shoots you in the back. That's what he does. That's who he is.
All right, so
but
Kenny
not
S.
on this occasion.
Kenny S. James, he's picked up his namesake, his
AWP. He's picked up the big green gun.
Yes, that's what we like to see. But actually, we are going to have a deagle on Freiburg. A Molotov from Get Right and a flash here from Forest. Now, there's a lot of uses for a single Molotov on A site and on middle. So if they're trying to take middle here, you'd expect it to go into the vents. But in fact, it's going to... Oh, no, that's the C team incendiary there. So Forest going to pop flash for the close ranges on middle. Get Right for the Molotov on sandbags. They want this middle take here. But really good play from Titan. Already seen the nades do the job. And they cannot close the distance. That was the point of the Molotov. That was the point of the flash. But Titan denied it.
Dan, do you know why Kenny S is not on dating websites? Because there's no section for AWP, Dan. That's why.
What? You what, mate? That didn't make sense, but I'm going to allow it.
He did fall, but the AWP was picked up for the following rounds. He is running around without armor, but it's not going to matter because he's up against 4 AKs and the big green gun of Alu's. Alu with... a nice boost there.
I love this angle. This is very, very defensive here. This is NIP saying, Titan, you guys are probably going to try to throw aggression at us.
Dan, look at the CTs. The CTs have gone all the way to the other side and they're boosting over already. Going straight for the information play. Existence wants to crush the buy immediately, but Freiburg isn't ready for him and he's going to rip his face off. That's a close casket funeral for Existence.
Oh, it certainly is. That's a great boost, though. And here we go. Kenny S going to shut down Get Right. They were trying to actually be sneaky all over the map, but so far Titan, they're actually doing very well in some information finding, but it's going to have to be a play towards the A site here. But can they get through the choke point? Maniac is going to shut them down. This guy has been picking up these kills on these entries, and Apex now at the back of the site looking for that spray down. Only gets 1 kill onto Exist as we enter the 2-on-2 post-plant situation here in favor of NIP. Alu at the back of Forklift with the AWP in hand. Certainly going to be hard to contest with him. They don't even know where he is just yet. But Kenny S. Oh, he's going to get caught by Alu. Great grenades here in from Freiburg. And that's going to be the 2 kills for him and the hold for NIP. 10-10.
That smoke on the A site basically fed them to Alu. He was like an alligator just creeping on the side of the pool, Dan. And he ate them. They were innocents. They didn't deserve it. but they're gone.
They are done. No Crocodile Dundee here. Okay, so Alu now looking for that pick on middle with that AWP. He had the fast timing off the spawn, but they don't dare. In fact, no way. Apex does. And he is going to regret that action as now Forest. Look how fast he is just tapping them down. They didn't expect him to be there so quickly. And he got KennyS down to 4 HP. That is massive here now for the NIP. What an advantage.
Then I think we started a trend with Alligator.
Uh-oh, the Alligator.
There we go. That's a sticker in the making, but it's going to be the nades in the vents. Not going to do the job. Get right, getting a frag. Exist going to take down RPK as well. Maniac and KennyS on all of 4 HP to try and defend here. And again, being on the CT side, these rounds are far too expensive for the CTs. You have to favour NIP for this one. And then it's going to raise questions as to what Titan do in the next 2 rounds. Maniac still in a position to get some exit frags. Going to be met by Freiberg. Freiberg going to stomp on his head. KennyS to try and save an M4, but look at the hunt on the radar. They are spread out. It's a flying V headed towards KennyS's face.
The Mighty Ducks reference, though. I respect that. I respect the Mighty Ducks reference. And I'm sure all the old people in the audience do as well. I feel old now, James. All right. We're going to have KennyS get fouled out by Freiberg. Not going to be able to escape the King of Banana. The King of the North. That is also the King of the Banana. Although we're not on Inferno.
Stop.
And there's no Inferno
to
be had here.
Just stop. Just leave it there.
All right. 11 to 10 now, the score. We're going to see a pistol buy-up coming in from Titan as they're forced to save. And this is a really huge problem because the economy game is really getting away from them at the moment. You really made the point very well that this is too expensive for them. They need that money to keep the momentum going. And at the moment, NIP have all the momentum. And if the next buy round for Titan goes poorly, their odds to win the match start plummeting. We're going to need to see some clutch plays here.
Yeah, Titan, they need that cash so Kenny can get his Manolo shoes, aka the AWP. So the first frag finally coming in with a minute on the clock here for NIP, so they should be able to clear a path to part the Red Sea and get the bomb down on one of these sites. Rotation coming in from Titan, but they will be stopped. RPK going to get at least 1 frag for Titan, so a bit of damage done here to NIP, but they're going to need a lot more than that going into these next rounds.
So just going to clean out. It's clinical here, this removal of players from these bomb sites, from these areas of the map, as RPK is the only man standing with his CZ. And perhaps he can get lucky, but well, he's going to have to contest with Get Right, who is lurking towards the vent area. He's going to find RPK's head and cut it clean off with the AK. 12 to 10 the score is. We're going to have the buy coming in, and RPK is going to be able to drop the AWP over towards KennyS, who has actually managed to buy a lot of nades. So I would expect KennyS to be able to play a very solo-based role with all those grenades on him now. Maybe back of 8.
Yeah, but look how tight the money is for Titan. There are a few players lacking grenades here. They've got enough smokes to cause some shenanigans. But we'll see. It's going to be all about the frags here.
Oh.
There's the first one. That's the top fragger for NIP going down. That's a huge advantage for NIP. Get Right, going to quickly get a frag onto Apex. This is what I've spoken about. He gets the frags fast towards the B side. We've got a team kill coming in. Existence taking down Get Right and his teammate RPK with him. So 3 versus 3. Forest looking for further exploitation of the B bomb site. Existence going to rotate back into the site itself. Bombs still hanging around the T-spawn area. So going to be safe for now. We've got some jewels coming in, but no frags for either side just yet. Maniac left with 32 HP.
This makes it really hard for NIP. Titan, rather. Imagine that situation. You've got a guy just throwing the bullets through Squeaky, and you're 3 players for the CT side. Where are the Ts? They can't possibly know just yet. They have to keep spread out. And Freiberg's going to continue just being a complete nuisance here. Maniac is going to go down. That's going to be the A bomb site open here, but KennyS is there to fill the gap and take down Freiberg. But in the meantime, look at this. Exist and Forest just sitting there in B storage, playing the game clock.
Pushed. They're going to meet. Oh, he's going to have his knife out. That's going to be the advantage to NIP. Which way are they going to go, though? 30 seconds on the clock. KennyS was already in position towards the B bomb site. Checkers is smoked off to the left, but the main opening is still there.
Look at this gamble, it's actually correct. He's going to spot the nades, looking for the cross as he stands in the flames, gets the tag, but can he get the kill? No, the flames will burn him down. And that's another round there for NIP. A critical round for them, as now Titan are completely just out of money. Going to have to go for the save, and that's should put NIP on 14 to 10. so close now to winning the first map, a map that is a must-win here for Titan. It really is.
This is the turning point for NIP. They got that magical 13th round, and they've got it and broken Titan at the same time. So you have to expect a 14-10 here, 9 times out of 10, and then it's a situation where Titan cannot afford to lose any more rounds. Got a fast push coming into the B bomb site, but they've got 3 players in a position. We've got close ranges to play here, so this could go either way, but still have to favour the people with the guns.
Here we go. This entry is looking quite clean here from NIP so far. They haven't lost a single man, and the bomb is going to go down. So Titan now, there's no chance for them to win this round unless RPK had a Tech 9 maybe. Then maybe I could give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's not the case. He's just sitting on the CZ, and Freiberg will take him down with that AK-47. So NIP very close to closing things out, and it's now this is the best buy Titan are now going to see. It has to be done in this round. There is no more failure. It cannot happen, or the game is done.
Yeah.
At least this map is done, rather.
Go hard or go home.
And if you're just joining us, this is the first best of 3 of the day, and this is the first map. It is the pick of Titan, as we're going to get a quick mid push here from NIP.
Yep, they know that this is crunch time for Titan. They want to break them straight away. They've got possession of mid, and there's 1 minute 25 on the clock, so they've got pretty much the entire round to play with now. With Titan on the back foot, Titan lacking information. They're going to have to peek. Right. They're going to have to go for the jewels. Get right.
He walks us through the smoke. Onto Maniac. He walks straight through, James. He does not care.
Dan, they're being ruined. They're being ruined.
They're being absolutely ruined. And you can see the mind games. What an insane flick from Kenny. Yes, he might just be able to save this one. And Get Right coming in from the back, but just a little bit too slow, as Kenny S is going to fall back here. And does he save the AWP? Does he go for the clutch?
If he saves here, they could be a potential force buy in the next round to try and play around Kenny S, get those frags, rotate him from site to site. I mean, it's a desperation move, but it's all that they may be able to do. It seems like he is, in fact, going to go for the save after all, as they're gonna have a crossfire on him. It's going to be nigh on impossible, despite him being Kenny S. It should be nigh on impossible to win this round. If he shoots one, he should get shot in the back from either side straight away.
It's a really big gamble, and I like that he's giving the respect here to his opponents. He's saying, okay, I'm up against Get Right and Exist here, and I've already seen that Get Right is gonna, if I'm trying to push up short, as soon as Exist goes for a peek, Get Right can instantly flank, and so he knows that that's done, and he goes for the safe play. And that's very smart of Kenny S there, not to get too carried away. And we can see the buy up here coming in, and that's going to keep that key up alive. So.
But NIP, they're on 15 rounds, so there is no choice anyway for Titan. But even if it was 14 here for NIP, I think this would be the sensible play. So this is.
They actually have a lot more money than I thought they would. So stronger buy from Titan than I've expected.
So Alu's in a position. He's just holding an angle, and Kenny S is creeping towards that angle. Kenny S will finish him off. That's a good start here for Titan, but again, they need 5 rounds with 0 mistakes here. They cannot afford to lose a single round, otherwise it's 0-1 in favour of NIP heading into the second map.
And look at this. We're going to have ourselves an NIP team with that assault alive on this B bomb side, but Existence boosted up there. It's going to be able to deal with Freiberg. The smoke goes down. The counter grenades are coming in here in favour of Titan, smoking NIP off. What are they left with to do? They have the vent room. They're going to boost up. Looks like they're going to try to get out of there into middle potentially, as they could catch any rotating players from Titan who have realized the situation. They know that they have it under control at B. They're going to keep hold of middle and A for now.
RPK is in trouble though. Look at Forrest's position. If they start to push, he's going to win the duel though, because there was a crossfire there with Get Right. That could have been horrible for Existence and his team. But RPK, he is the headshot machine. Gets the frag. Exist looks for it, but he falls to RPK as well. Now things getting bad for NIP, as the rotation is coming in here from Titan. The bomb is down in the middle of the site.
And he's going to get eliminated. So what a round there from Titan. They completely destroyed NIP's push, and the team play and also the presence of mind not to over respond with the 2 A players and have the confidence to say, hey, we have this really good setup on B here. Existence was ready with the flash there, even if they were to peek in as they did, and RPK winning the duels. All is well right now in there for time, but there's still so much to do.
Okay, so Get Right heading over towards the B bomb site as usual. Still going to be full buys coming out for NIP for the time being. Have to keep an eye on their economy should Titan win some further rounds. Kenny S looking for a pick. Titan need to be aggressive here. They need early advantages. They need to shut down NIP. They cannot allow them to play their game. If they win 1 round, that's a wrap. You can see Forrest now in position by Squeaky Door. Looks like the A play is going to be what's happening here. Nades coming in. Maniac is in position to punish them should they try and go to forklift. Bit of a spray through the smoke there. Going to get a frag. 2 frags for Apex, in fact. So that's going to be NIP shut down for the time being. Maniac has fallen near the forklift, but there's trades coming in for both sides. Alu is all that remains versus 3. He can clutch. We've seen it before.
Oh, he's going to get one as well. Just 2 players left. That's a doable situation. He's got the bomb. He's got time. He can play with them now and try to force these rotations, create a separation between these 2 players. But they might stay together so that they can play the trade game. We can see it's going to take quite some time there. But the Titan player existence is going to be able to beat Alu to the site and doesn't actually get the spray. That is a really big deal because that gives Alu a chance now to take a shot. He's still got 25 seconds, which means he can get the bomb planted, and he's going to go for that immediately. He's got a player from his right, a player from his left, and which is going to peak first here. Alu's got to have good presence of mind, and wow, that was incredibly fast there from Kenny S. And got to wait for the fire, but that will be the defuse.
That's the mind of an AWPer at work there. He knows Alu has the angle, so he's going to charge him with the CZ. But the thing is, it's a complete disaster that they even got the bomb down there because, I mean, look at the importance of the economy here. Look at the money on NIP, with the exception of Indeed, and consider the bonus they got from that round as well. They can't. It's a horrible situation for Titan. Existence. He can't afford to die there, but he can't afford to let them plant either. Both situations are terrible for Titan. They're still 3 rounds away from overtime here. See if NIP can close it out.
Look at this massive surge of players into middle. Apex is quickly going to just retract his position a little bit and say, okay, you can have that. He's going to call that to his team, and you can see they have to play around that. Huge middle control now here from NIP. That could actually be a very critical advantage, having this map control, because Titan aren't going to know which way they're going to go just yet. They need a man in B storage or an A main to truly understand the intentions of NIP here, but they don't have either of those things. And Alu's just looking for that crazy angle, for that quick shot, for that quick early advantage.
Okay, so it will be Apex though, getting the first frag for his team. Good advantage there for Titan. Needs to continue. Kenny S going for the shot, but he will be overtaken by Get Right there. Maniac finding the trade. So 4 versus 3. This is not a terrible situation here for Titan. 40 seconds on the clock as well. And the entire NIP team is still hanging around mid with Exist peeking A main just to get some information, but Maniac is on the flank. Yeah,
that is... Oh, he decided not to go all the way, which is smart because you don't want to blow the advantage by being too aggressive.
He can just hold this position. Should they try to cross site, should Apex get a peek on them, then he could stop this push straight away.
So Apex is going to be charging in now, and Maniac needs that man to draw some fire away from him, but in fact, he's going to get the angle first. Apex now has a huge job to do, takes 2 quick frags. There's the third player, and Apex going to clutch it against all of NIP, and Titan hold on. And they hold on with 3 players, critically so, because again, the money is stretched, but Apex with that clean finish is going to keep Titan in a good situation. We can see that, yeah, that could have gone a lot worse for them.
2 rounds away from overtime now are Titan, and look at the money. We've got 1 player on NIP leaving spawn with $5,600. Everyone else is broke. If they can win this round, it's going to be difficult for NIP to have a full buy in the following round. So it's all to play for, as it is in every round here for Titan. Now we have a more passive round for NIP. In a previous round, they were just charging into the mid area, took early map control, but it was Titan who got the frags. This time, more passive, going to take their time, see if they can get Titan to overextend, get an early advantage, and then punish them for it.
And so far, so good here for Titan, just holding these setups. A much slower pace coming in from NIP. You have been much faster in previous rounds, really trying to test Titan and how they actually set up their aggression themselves. But Titan, they are holding strong at the moment, not giving anything. But eventually, NIP have to go. They have to try to take some map control, and it's going to be now. 50 seconds left on the clock. We're going to see that push on middle as RPK tries to take a quick peek into B storage. They haven't worked out exactly where NIP are going just yet with their push, but Kenny, yes, will spot the first player. Freiburg jumps in. The trade is not alive for NIP. That's a free one going to Titan, as we have the flank coming in as well, up short. This is a big push here from NIP, that A split, and Maniac's in the smoke. Could absolutely blow this round up, but Exist will find him. And it's a 3-on-3. Apex has had some big performances here, but he's got Alu to contest with. He's going to win that fight. opening things up for his teammates who are trying to get their way up short here. More kills coming in from Apex. Existence chiming in as well. Takes down Forest, and that's going to be the round. How are Titan pulling this off? They are being so clutch right now. 3 members surviving again. The defuse, and as you said, what do NIP have left? At least they got the bomb down.
Yeah, that bomb is a very important plant indeed for them. And you can see the difference it's making, putting some of the players on $37, $50. This is going to allow them to get these AKs that they so desperately need to try and close this out. This is the last opportunity, normal time, for NIP to take the first map. Kenyes on the AWP once again, as is Alu. So this is going to be 2 heads clashing. No nades on Alu. And you can see it is a bit limited on the T side.
Nice.
Flame's going to do a bit of damage. Stop an initial duel, but Freiburg's going to get the first frag, this time on Apex.
So they're trying to do a quick middle take here, and Titan haven't over-responded just yet. They're playing calm against this. You could be fearing that B split, but it's not happening just yet. NIP are sitting and waiting for a response for Titan so they can punish it. But Kenny, yes, already taking a quick pick here. RPK ready to receive. There goes the spray. More players to find as this B push does come in, but they are annihilating them. They have to get through these choke points. Existence playing and headshot. In-game leader here has done more than his fair share, and there's the flick. Overtime between Titan and NIP on map number 1 to kick off Star Series 12, the LAN finals here live in Kiev. What a beautiful way to start your day, James.
Dan, I want to see more, and that is exactly what we're going to get. Titan started on the T side in normal time. They will continue on the CT side here. They will continue on the CT side here in overtime, and we have to wonder if that makes a difference for them. Is that going to give them a stronger position going into overtime that they start on the CT side? And they're going to start with lots of money in the bank here. SRTV is MR3, 16k. That means carnage. That means that the T's essentially cannot break the economy of the CT side here.
Yeah, this is an incredible... The thing about this is that it's so even on both sides from both of these teams. And the thing that also impresses me is that Titan are actually showing great strategical and tactical depth when it comes to how they're playing against NIP, because in previous matches that I have seen them, I've been like, oh, you know, if Titan only would mix things up a little bit more, if only they would play with more knowledge of their opponents and mix that in well enough that they can start really abusing their own individual skill in the right ways and not get caught out by their other team outsmarting them. It's exactly what's happening here. They are just firing on all cylinders. They are predicting NIP well. We can see that NIP are speeding things up, slowing it down, then on the next round, like slowing things down, speeding it up. Then they keep changing the pace, trying to get Titan to overreact, but Titan aren't actually doing it, because that's a very easy way to get Alu some frags.
Yeah.
Is that you get someone like trying to peek and say, oh no, they're rushing the side, but actually they're holding, then Alu will take you down. But despite that, he is top fragging. He's beasting at the moment. 29 frags for him.
Yeah, he has done great work, and considering that he put NIP in a good position, but they just couldn't close it out. And again, they varied their approach in so many different ways on the T side. They tried to bait the Titan players to overextend to get that pick. You saw Titan were playing the kind of pick game on the T side. NIP, they played it. Sometimes they play set plays, sometimes they surge into mid, sometimes they went for the picks, but Titan just didn't take the bait there. They were dangling Sweetcorn on the hook, Dan, and they didn't take the bait.
And this is what I love about this, is that there's so much diversity in how both of these teams are playing at both sides. And it's almost unprecedented, this amount of mix-ups. And we're going to get the jump boost there. And that is very safe to do. The reason why they do that is that there's no sound cue that can be heard in time, I believe, and from the best T timing. And of course, they're not jumping up on the barrels, which can be abused as well. So that's beautiful there. And it's likely to be unexpected in large part also.
Right, so Exist, he's just standing behind the box in main at the moment. He should not see Maniac at all there. That is definitely going to be a blind spot for him. Bomb still in a passive position, could go to either side at the moment. NIP quite spread out, but they're starting to head towards mid/B. Get Right throwing the bomb over to Freiburg, so maybe Get Right trying to find some late frags in the mid area. And as they rotate away from the A side, you can see Apex, RPK moving towards B. Kenyes now going to be rotating between A and mid potentially. Got 3 people in the storage area outside B. Smoke's going down. So with 35 seconds left on the clock, this may be a difficult push for NIP.
Already the rotation's coming in though, and Titan might just have a good defense, but look at this set play, just covering the entire site in flames as RPK peeks out in vent room, able to take down the vent room push. Checkers is now still under control of Titan, and look at this. Where can Alu go? Where can Get Right go? The bomb is down in no man's land. The spray comes in from Get Right. How does he get 2 players there? I'll never know. But Existence still has the angle to eliminate Get Right and neutralize the threat. And Alu has to turn tail and run with that AWP and keep that alive for now, as They have to cut their losses. Great round from Titan. What a hold.
You have to look at how patient Titan were in those engagements. The steel nerves on this team are absolutely insane. This team made of French, Belgian, Swiss players. You saw they had an initial engagement there. You had a few Ts outside the B bomb site, and they just held. They held for a few seconds. Then you saw a rotation from the Ts over to the site to try and get the safety numbers, to try and get multiple guns on one angle. RPK went down at the front. You saw the rotation. That great spray from Get Right put NIP in a position where they could potentially win the round, but it wasn't enough on that occasion. But despite it being MR3 16K, it's still expensive to buy AWPs and armor and nades down. So Aliu will have to make a run for it, save it for the next round.
Absolutely.
So we have a short pause coming in here. I'm not sure if it's a technical issue or just a bit of a team talk here for Titan.
And it's interesting there. I mean, we see Maniac at the bottom of the scoreboard, but a lot of the frags that we've seen from him have been actually very high impact.
Yes, he has important frags in this match.
And it's also a very distinctive style that Maniac also goes for. He tries to put himself in certain positions, goes out of his way to put himself in like flanking and lurking positions. And oftentimes we're seeing that the frags that result from that are incredibly crucial in allowing an easier hold for his teammates. We can see how well he and Apex have been playing off of each other in certain site holds and also in some of the pushes that they've been going for. Likewise, if we're talking about lurkers, Get Right's been doing a really phenomenal job. And there was one round where he did something really sneaky, and it's like almost like this matchmaking level trick where basically we had the smoke down on A May, and what he did was he literally just ran, like he walked through the smoke onto Forklift. He just walked through and just got a pick, because sometimes when the smokes are down, no one expects you to actually pop out, and it just works.
Yeah, they're like, it's like a gentleman's agreement, guys. This smoke is a brick wall.
Yeah, you
can't walk through brick walls. And Get Right's like, it's not a brick wall, guys. It's a smoke. Got to walk through it anyway. Absolutely. Got to play against what is expected of you. It's like you're on the CT side. I'm going to put a smoke down here. This place is not safe. But Get Right's putting his mind in the mind of the CTs, and he thinks, yeah, you think this is safe, but I'm Get Right, and now here I am. And that's what can win you rounds, win you games, win you matches, Dan.
I'm excited.
So who do you have for this? Again, it is MR3. Titan have a one-round advantage.
The thing is that I think you mentioned this already. I think Titan starting on CT definitely helps them, because we can see that their CT is something that's more comfortable for them, and actually having not to worry about economy also is very helpful for them as well, because a good way to basically really barrel down Titan is attacking their economy, keeping the pressure game high. There are some teams which will favour saving more and not going for the Tech 9 rounds as much, just to pressure more, and with the higher pressure game, KennyS will be AWPing less because he won't have the money, but that's not an issue here. So I think that's going to help Titan a lot.
Okay, so we are back into the match here. This is round 2 of overtime. Again, this is MR3. MR3 means 3 rounds on each side, starting with 16k here, as SLTV love a bit of carnage. So first frag going to be in favour of the CT team again. They've already got a one-round advantage. Now they're going to add one man to that as well. KennyS with a great angle on mid at the moment. Stand to Nip to identify where these people are playing and try to exploit them. You can see them going over the top of sandbags. KennyS looking away just at the wrong time. Lucky to get away with his life there. It's going to be a frag for NIP now for Freiburg. In control of mid. They have all the options open to them.
And that is a very interesting turn of events. So we have a 2-on-4, but we have some interesting positioning now from Freiburg and Ali, who are left over. Now, with this position, they could make it work, and they're going to get the kill onto Apex very fast. Apex is going to be making that call now to his teammates. They know that A is compromised. Maniac's got a good angle. Going to take down Freiburg. All on Alu, who's going to drop for the trade. There goes the flash. Oh, the flames are down. What's happening? He's going and strafing with the Tech 9. Does get the kill, but that was too long for that frag. And he's going to fall to existence on the trade. And that's 17 now to 15 with Titan doing a really good job.
That was a little bit awkward for both teams. I think there may have been some reloading going on there, but you have to give credit to the very tricky positioning from Titan in that situation. They lost mid, they lost a player. Apex went into T-spawn, holding an angle on the flank towards Car for A. Got a frag there, and he saw Maniac in the meantime. They both essentially vacated the site and held acute angles, caught Nip by surprise. That's going to be 2 out of 2 so far for Titan.
Another run jump boost. Was that successful? Yes, it was. Maniac is up there. And they have 3 men on the A setup here. And they're giving up middle. Look at the angles that they have. Apex is going to take down Forest already. And that is going to blow up that middle plate.
But look at the difference as well. In the previous situation, Apex played from T-spawn to get a frag from the flank. This time he goes aggressive onto short, gets that frag. Get Right, going to take down RPK. And the NIP still have lots of time in the bank here. Alu taking down the star man for Titan, KennyS.
Now, Existence. He's got so much work to do. The in-game leader here for Titan is going to fall immediately. Apex comes out. He gets nothing. Freiburg in with the frag. And that's going to be the bomb down. That is going to be a crucial round-winning play coming in from NIP in the last moments of this one to at least give them 1 round in this first half. And that's really important now, as this is the last round of the first half. Again, MR3, 16k. No pistol rounds, no saves. There's no saving.
Yeah, this is something that Sean Garrett made a point about. He said that, it kind of breaks Counter-Strike in the sense that the teams can't break the CT economy, and it's just buy after buy after buy, so they lose the advantage on what are generally CT-sided maps, which is a really interesting point. So let us know what you think about that yourselves, guys, on Twitter or Pigeon Mail, should you have our Pigeon Mail addresses.
All right, so going to be swapping sides now, and Titan, 2 rounds, only losing 1. That's a good way for them to start this off. But,
Apex on the 30 bomb. And that's really important, because a lot of people say that in matches, if Apex shows up for Titan, then it's a very strong Titan. If Apex is AWOL, then Titan are going to lose. And right now he's top fragging for his team.
Yep.
And they go into the second half of overtime with a 1-round advantage.
There's also Existence is actually, because there's lots of players that have been called into question, pretty much everyone except Kenny S and maybe RPK. To an extent, he's been given the benefit of the doubt. But Maniac's been having high impact frags, we're having Existence doing good holds on his CT sides. Everyone is playing well for Titan here. You can't put it on anyone. So this is a great Titan to see to start the day with. And already we're having the opening of the second half here as Titan start off on their T side. Now all they have to do to win this one is get to that 19-round scoreline, and they will have won this one. NIP need to at least get 2 here.
Again, this is the pick of Titan, Cash. The next map's going to be Dust 2, NIP's pick, and if it goes all the way, we are going to have Mirage as the decider. So get right. In an aggressive position, has Freiberg in vents should he need some assistance in middle. Again, Freiberg just holding an angle there. If there is a B push coming and he gets his legs out, he will be shot before he even sees anything. So get right. Going to have some fun immediately above him. We're going to find the angle. That's a very awkward angle indeed, especially in Counter-Strike. Got some more challenges. Kenny S going to get the trade with that Tech 9. So mid in control of Titan at the moment. They've got a man advantage as well until Alu evens things up, taking down Maniac. So the bomb. I think we could see the A split here with Kenny S in control of mid with that smoke down in CT. Existence and RPK pushing A main. Alu may be in trouble here.
Well, he's got Forest, who can try to get the flanking angles with that AWP, but you can see Kenny S is wise to this, leaving Alu completely alone with so much work to do. 3 players storming him, and Existence will eliminate him now and get that bomb planted for his team, as Kenny S still holding down onto middle. Gets the quick shot onto Freiberg, but will miss that one, and that's going to be the end of him as Forest goes close with the AWP. He needs the support, and it is arriving. Freiberg has joined him now on this push, and that is now down out to all to RPK, over by the quad boxes. 2 players, gets the 1-on-1. Freiberg hits the ground, and Forest swaps out for the AK-47. There goes the spray, not quite enough. 12 health left on RPK, but that is going to be the round for Titan. So they've already picked up the 1 that they needed to be at least guaranteed another overtime.
Yeah, that is a huge round for Titan, and as in English football, it's a bit of a safety blanket, guys. But you don't want to start conceding goals now. They need to get it over the line and take it to map 2.
Match point for Titan.
Who's going to be Alan Shearer?
Even I know this reference. Okay. It's a good smoke here, actually, from NIP, but to be honest, if this push is to hit right now, we can see that Freiberg is left with everything. The entire defense on his shoulders. Oh, he's going to spot 1 player. He needs assistance right now. These nades could really isolate him, horribly so, as he tries to take a better position. Exist will at least actually come back in from the flank here on the vent area and try to eliminate and create distraction here from his opposing team.
They haven't seen the bomb, though. You can see Get Right's having to play for the information, having to push A main, and Maniac is rotating in his direction. If he loses this duel, this could be a catastrophe for Titan. Not sure if Get Right just saw it there, but he's made the call that Titan players are causing some shenanigans, and they will rotate. There's going to be an engagement in mid. Kenny is down to 4 HP, but he's got an AWP. He's not dead. He's still dangerous.
And they're going to make another go at it here in the B-bomb site. Freiberg's still there, though. The spray not connecting anything. Forest comes in from the back. They're not looking in time. They're distracted with Freiberg still on the site. Finally goes down. Maniac comes in with 2 huge frags, but in the back comes Alu to close out the round there for NIP. And that is another one for them. They're going to keep themselves in it, but it is a tense affair, to say the least.
NIP were on the brink of destruction there. If Freiberg didn't manage to slow the team down there, if they committed to that site, then that could have been curtains for them, but they stay in this for now. 1 more round to fight to take it to overtime 2.
So what is this we're going to see here from Kenny? Yes, he's going for a fast push towards Squeaky, actually. to try to catch any aggressive play that could come out from the CTs. And that's a really nice one. You won't get that shot many times, but when someone does push there, you're very likely hitting that shot and blowing open the round for your team. Kenny's now working his way towards the door. Maniac will open that for him. He's on the angle towards Toxic. Goes for the flick, misses Get Right, and they're going to spot both players. We can already see the rotation kind of starting to happen here from NIP.
Maniac got roasted down to 54. That's not good for him. So, spread out NIP players, but it's only Get Right over to the A sites at the moment. Bomb is still down in a passive position, however. RPK still keeping control of things towards the B site, but Ali's got the angle onto Squeaky. He's missed it. He misses the second shot through the smoke as well, and we're going to have the push coming in. Titan playing it safe though, with the Bomb having a late rotation. No frags yet. There it is. That's the first one. Exist going down.
It's happening, James. Titan are taking control of the A bomb site. There's not much to stop them, but Alu comes into play. Great headshot over the top onto Maniac. We've got Kenny S close range though. 2 on 3, Titan down a man. Freiburg wrapping in from the side. Existence won't find him in time, and that's a huge frag from him. Now on Apex, goes for the spray. He won't get it. Alu comes in just when NIP need him, and that's going to tie things up. We are going to go into a second overtime here for map 1 in this best of 3 between NIP and Titan. I cannot contain the excitement, James. It cannot be contained.
Now, Dan, the dynamic has flipped. Now it's NIP who will continue on the CT side and Titan who will continue on the T side. So we have to wonder who this gives the strength to. Obviously, we had to favour Titan when they started on the CT side, but who has the advantage now?
Who will break first?
Considering stop. Considering it's MR3 16K, we're just going to have max buys. There's no jumbo sale now, guys. We're just going straight into Manolo, straight into Faceit. We're coming out with the Couture, Dan. The Couture every single round. Who's going to take it?
Everything's coming out the heels. I only care about the heels.
Shoes over here.
All right, so are we going to see? We haven't actually seen a lot of double AWPing, actually. From NIP, we saw it right at the end there, but it hasn't been a consistent trend, and that's how the meta was going for the longest time. Actually, originally set by Titan, in fact. They were the guys.
We are actually into the round. We definitely need to switch back to the game
Let's get into
as
the game.
soon as possible. Game, please. We got frags coming in. Kenyas has killed 2 people already.
Kenyas is killing everyone. Everyone's dying.
Are they actually live?
I'm pretty sure we're
live.
live.
It looks like they're live.
Okay, we're here.
Okay, here we go. Thank you very much.
So, Exist and Forest already down. The action is happening. Get Right tries to trade just by himself with a self-pop flash, but it doesn't happen, and Kenny S is brutalizing the entire lineup. 4 frags already for him. Alu's the last man standing. Kenny S might just find the duel with him here. Does miss the first shot, and Alu's given up his position, and he is going to get hunted down. RPK takes him out. Yeah,
that was a pretty beastly round from Kenny S. Alu may be the alligator, but it was Kenny S on a death roll on that occasion.
Oh, yeah.
So that was an absolute monster round there from Kenny S. 4 frags to him. And we are going to go into the next round, guys. So
what's up, guys?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're back into the game.
Okay, Alu, defensive angle here, just on. He can very easily be smoked off and forced back, but look at this Forest close to the middle area, close to the boost, and he's going to fall back now as he's rather exposed and not much support for him there. A very slow start once again. Titan keeping the pace, but they had a very fast pace to the last round. Now they're slowing it right down again, and NIP have to work out what's happening. We're seeing these picking attempts coming in from Titan.
Right, so this round is going to be a slow one. And again, NIP going back to the default that we saw early on their CT half, where they've got 2B, 2 mid, 1A. Get Right, though, playing a more aggressive position than previous. Maniac causing some shenanigans in the door area, going to get shot down to 50 HP. And he'll just be taking a back seat for now. Apex walking onto the site. Forklifts exchange, but it's going to be Get Right getting the frags there. We've got a rotation from Exist coming in for support as well. Going to be another frag for Get Right, but he's going to go down to the flame. Sunday Rose for Maniac.
And I love that little jump boost, little jump up the side there. Exist going to spot and get the call to his teammates that the push is coming. Takes down RPK, doesn't even need any assistance as Kenny S is now down alone. He has a teammate, Existence, who was going for the flank, but he's too slow to really have an impact here. Will he be able to at least do some damage? Well, again, so much money that he has to get all 4 kills here for it to really impact the round and affect Titan.
Yeah, he was so far away with only 2 players pushing the A side. That I don't know how useful. I think if he was in mid, it would have been more useful for his team than B because they were so far away. And to get the flank on the players on car, I think it was going to be more difficult from where he was at the time. And maybe they could have required the additional firepower closer to the site. But there we go. It's 19-19 now. And when Titan started overtime 1 on the CT side, I was kind of leaning towards Titan. But now with NIP starting on the CT side in overtime 2, I have no idea which way this is going to go down.
You just cannot call this at this point. From what both teams have displayed, it's impossible to call this one. And, well, Kenny S again just up to the usual tricks there. Again, just a very passive opening from them. Last round it didn't really work out so well for them, so we might start seeing them speeding things up a little bit. And again, we are going to get a bit of a pick battle going in here. Alu's on the angle, and he gets the shot straight onto Kenny S. And Alu is not missing a beat here. We'll miss that shot, and in fact, Apex will actually take him down this time, so this could be the opening that Titan needed. A 1-for-1 trade, but they are so spread out that they're going to decide to go for the B play as Apex continues to pull more attention towards that A bomb site.
Yeah, you can see Forrest being paranoid now, not sure which way to go. Going to rotate back towards mid, get a frag onto Maniac. Now he thinks it's an A split. He's going to commit over there, but they've seen the bomb. Now they're going to have to go for a late rotation back towards A. Apex is in a position to potentially kill a flank here, at least on Exist, as Forrest is already through the vents. He's not going to get a frag though. It's going to be RPK in a 1 versus 2. He is a headshot machine. He is entirely capable of clutching this round for his team. Who's going to have the advantage going into the second half here? He's not going to get a frag onto either of them. NIP are going to go into the second half with a one round advantage, Dan.
All right, so very interesting. I mean, Titan are showing such a capacity to get themselves back into rounds. We've seen this again and again and again, and this is a problem that plagues a lot of teams. Many teams can have a good start. You know, when everything's going well, that's not the test of a true team. The test of a true team is when things are going poorly, when things are not going to plan. It's about being able to turn it into something that works for you. And Titan have been showing that skill set today in spades. They've been doing excellent work there. That round didn't look so good at the start. They managed to pull it back into a B play existence, really, you know, whipping everyone into shape, making the calls, and the players are performing. So NIP. Again,
that stage looks glorious, by the way.
It does look absolutely stunning.
I want to go up there.
I want to dance up there.
Hey, if Ali doesn't work out, guys,
on the spotlight.
I'm ready. NIP. I can AWP, baby. I say for AWP on pistol round.
No, you can't. It's to throw it either way, but I think we're into the match now, and you can see it on your screens.
We've gone 42 rounds so far, Dan. This is round 43. We could go into many more. Maybe none of us will ever see a toilet again, Dan.
It's never happening.
We'll have to wait and see.
I want to die casting Counter-Strike.
Right, so Kenny, Alu on the AWP. Look at that. Kenny's gone helmetless because he knows that, you know, he's preparing just in case he needs it. That extra money, but he will find the first frag onto Forest. There is still a minute on the clock here, and again, NIP creeping through mid like down in the club.
That was beautiful. The same time the smoke was coming in to deny control, where again, it's like a brick wall. The pop flash comes over from a teammate and allows Titan to get the peek into middle, see what's going on. That's what I'm talking about.
But look at this push here. NIP have got the two-prong assault now onto the B-bomb site. We have almost a full rotation here from Titan. They've got 3 players to defend, but its existence on the site. Molotov's going to stop the push. Got the pop flashes coming in from NIP, but Apex in the headshot area is going to have the advantage on the NIP players. Only Get Right remaining. He's going to fall as well. They've only killed 1 person on Titan. It is MR3 16k, but again, when you have to rebuy AWPs and rebuy AWPs,
yeah,
it can make a difference. And now that excuse me, now that Kenny S has survived 1 of the 3 rounds without, he's barely spending any money. He really should buy a helmet in this situation, because let's say he gets tagged a penetration kill through a teammate, through a wall or something. If it hits him in the head, it's going to do a lot less damage, and it's a no-brainer right now for him to buy a helmet.
Even if a pistol comes out in a situation, you never know. But either way, we are going to see once again just a slower round here from NIP. Forrest going to try to peek from Sweeky and just make some noise. Try to distract and draw some fire. Try to find out where the players are playing the defensive spots from. So Maniac is over by Forklift. I think Forrest would have spotted that, and they're just going to fall back here and just continue having presence on the A side of the map. And we can see that they want to go for that mid play as well, and that's going to actually allow them to potentially isolate into B. And having just shown at A, this could be pretty hard on the rotations for Titan.
Okay, so no engagements really yet. Maniac has somehow lost 1 HP. Possibly got hit with a grenade before it going off, of course. Okay, so once again, Titan, the NIP have had so much control of mid, but how much has it got them? We've got trades coming in here, but it's going to be advantage. Actually, no trades, just 2 frags for NIP. So early advantage. They've got the site. Kill for Apex, but they should get the bomb down here. Alu's waiting for the flank. Kills the flank. Now it's down to RPK versus 3. Bomb is still not down, so he can use the fact that one of these guys on the A bomb site is going to be planting to try and get closer, but it's going to be NIP evening things up here as we go into the last round of the first half of the third overtime.
I'm going to lose track very soon. All right, so 1-1 at the moment. Again, inseparable, these two teams on Cash. You can see why Titan picked it. Again, this definitely has been a home map for them in recent times, and it definitely is showing at the moment. We're going to have to see if they can break this stalemate that we're seeing at the moment. So, oh, they're going to go for potentially a quick push into the A main area. The flash comes in, Apex goes for the peekers, another pop flash comes in, eliminates Exist, and oh, the shot from Kenny S now taking down Anlu as well. They are holding on strong to this A bomb site and really throwing NIP off, but Forrest manages to find Apex as he backs away, gets the second kill, Kenny S falls. NIP is somehow turning this around thanks to Forrest, but that's still a 2-on-3. And there it is, 2-on-2 now as Freiburg takes down Maniac. He's quite low, and Get Right is lurking. Where is he? That is the eternal question here for Titan as Get Right creeps through connector. RPK spots his head. It's not good enough though. Get Right picks up the kill. 1-1 is the score, but NIP look poised to bring themselves into another round. They are beating Existence to the punch here towards that B bomb site. How on earth is Existence going to clutch this one? He's got to go for it, but what kind of magic is he going to have to display to try and pick this one up? Both players are on the bomb site, and they have an excellent setup, but oh no, Get Right doesn't expect Existence to appear from the vent, and now it's the 1-on-1. Freiburg only has 25 health. In goes Existence, he's on headshot, Existence spots him. And oh, the peak coming in from Freiburg. What a play. Saves it. Oh my goodness.
That round flipped on its head so quickly.
Oh my god.
Just the CT players rotating with nades in their hands. Kenyas behind Forklift. Frags coming in from Squeaky. Just ruined everything. Kenyas tried to go out in the open, throw the nade as well. He fell. And that really just spun around all over the place. Titan were in a very strong position, but in the space of 1-2 seconds, all control was taken away from him there.
I don't even. What do you want from me, James? You just threw it to me, but what do you want? I can't.
So,
can't take it. Can't handle it.
I think there's a bit of a correction to be made here by the admins before we continue with the next round.
It's a 2-1.
But this will give the team some time to talk. Although you can see NIP, they seem so zoned out that they're just waiting for the next round to begin. But Titan got some talking to do here, as they do have a 1-round deficit.
You know what's interesting about how this match has been working out, and a trend that we've been seeing, is the amount of times that NIP have been basically pushing into a site. Okay, they've done their early bits of map control and the picking phase is over. They go for the push onto a site. Whether it's A or B, most of the time, Titan were actually able to hold, and then what we see is that we see some trades, and then we see another attack later on in the round to another site. And that keeps happening because the holds from Titan overall were actually quite good, and NIP were never able to get it through onto a bomb plant. We haven't seen many bomb plants, which is quite interesting actually. That just goes to show how well Titan have been holding sites. It's making for some, as you say, really exciting rounds that can continually flip on their heads.
Okay, so we can see Titan spreading out once again. Maniac keeping an eye on a flank from Squeaky. Kenyas looking for those early frags towards the B site, trying to use the corner of the smoke to find something there, but he's just about not going to see Exist jumping up to the platform towards fence just in time, coming back down, and no one will see anyone.
So NIP need 2 here to clarify to win. They finished 2-1.
I believe so.
They finished 2-1 the first half, so 2, and NIP have got this. So lots of pressure on Titan. Just taking it slow at the moment again.
Oh, Alu's those dangerous flashes can be done from behind the box there without peeking, but Get Right will be the first to fall. Alu now has to try and defend for his team here. There is another flash coming in towards a main, which will ward the tees off. There are smokes all over the map at the moment. Freiburg trying to get some information there, going to get a bit tagged. Exist still holding things down in mid through the vents. Could be a surprise emergence from him. There's a first frag.
Oh my god,
finds a second one as well. Now he's trying to protect outside B, but again, if he shows his legs here, we'll see him first. Exist is going huge for this round for NIP. That is 4 frags for him. He's done great work for his team. Maniac is the only person who remains, has control of the bomb versus 3. Alu may have heard the rotation there. Maniac going towards A. Alu is ready and willing to join him there. He's going to have the angle before Maniac can be ready with the orb. 10 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Maniac doesn't have the options. But he cannot really plant the bomb here because Ali's just going to pop out and kill him straight away. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now NIP in a super strong position to take this one.
Absolutely, just one more round for NIP and they'll have this. They finished 2-1 on the their T side. The overtime. I believe this is overtime 4. Is that correct, James? Just losing track now.
Overtime 3.
Overtime 3. They keep resetting it. So one more round for NIP. They're on match points now. And Titan. Where are they going to send Kenny S here? He's often very instrumental early on in the round for his team. Usually the man looking for the opening picks. Apex is going to get himself behind the smoke here and just make sure that no one from NIP was creeping around that one, as people want to do in the recent metagame that I guess was pioneered by Happy, just showing just what you can do with a lot of game sense and the smokes. But wow, Maniac's going to pick up a kill onto Exist to open things up in the round, as we have Existence sitting in middle, just chilling right now, just getting some information. They also have their lurker towards B Stories, but he's going to go back towards the mid and A side of things soon enough, because we do have Titan slowly looking to make the move onto this A bomb site as flashes slowly come in. NIP don't yet know that it's going to be a committed play towards the A site. Get Right wants to peek here. He goes for it as his teammates flash in for him to have a clear peek. He doesn't see anything just yet. Rotation only now is just going to start coming in, but it's not the entire team, as this push is slowly making its way to Get Right. He's got to do so much. Spray comes in, only gets one. Forest chimes in as well. But the trades are looking okay here for Titan. They are taking this bomb site. Forest going to wrap around Forklift. They're boosting up over quad here, just for the moment. As Forest looks for the angles. It's going to be Kenny S to take down Alu. Forest can't get an angle just yet. He's got to come in with a frag sooner rather than later, as now Freiburg is there to aid him. Freiburg takes down Existence. This is the cue here for Forest to move in. They're going to go in together behind the flash. Freiburg gets the kill onto Kenny S. Oh, the RPK taking down Freiburg. 1-on-1, and Forest takes the round, and NIP are going to get themselves the half. 2 rounds. And they're going to have it. GG's exchange. NIP, by the skin of their teeth, they take map number 1 against Titan. They steal it from them.